Show monitor, show monitor. There we go. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the last day, y'all. Hey, check this out. Last day in the Philippines. Let me show y'all what I've been doing. Yeah, y'all hear the AC turn on. Yeah. Nah, homie. Check it out, man. This is Jaguar Wright goes to Diddy trial. Uncle Mike gonna be there in a week or so. This trial gonna last for 3 or 4 weeks, 6 months, you know. 9 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year and a half. Jaguar Wright goes to Diddy trial, weighs in on Cassie testimony. I don't know. I saw Jaguar, y'all. I saw Jaguar on outside the courtroom, and she did a live and all that good stuff. So, long story short, let's see what she got to say. I'm not gonna do a lot of stopping and everything. Shout out to everybody that watched the channel and watch Uncle Mike. Now we're gonna do a lot of reaction. Maybe I already opened it. I'm so drunk I can't remember if I opened up the Red Horse or not. But long story short, today is my last day in the Philippines. We're gonna do 3 days. No, today is not my last day in the Philippines, because you gotta watch yourself, because if you accidentally say something wrong, god damn, you can't even do an accident. If you accidentally say something wrong, people want to jump on you. Today is my last day at the house. We're gonna do 3 days in Manila. We're gonna do some shopping and do all that splurging and stuff that I'm not gonna film. But for my patrons, shout out to my patrons. But this is what I want to say. It is late at night in the Philippines, and I want to go to bed, but unfortunately, I forgot to do this reaction. This reaction is 2 hours long. Go figure. We already know we're gonna do 2 parts. You got it. Uncle Mike gonna go. I'm too old, dog. Oops. No balloons. Yeah, he's celebrating anyway. Long story short. What the hell? Anyway, long story short. I'm finishing my vacation in the Philippines, and y'all know Uncle Mike crazy. I almost cried, man, because the little girl, I should show y'all the footage. One day I'm gonna show the footage of the little girl. She was sad because none of the shoes, we bought a bunch of shoes to give away, and none of the shoes would fit her. So she got real sad. So Uncle Mike went out and bought her some brand new shoes. And the brand new shoes I bought almost didn't fit her. I said, god dang, girl, you got some big feet. Anyway, we bought, but they fit. But I wanted to see her, and I've been here for 30 days, man, and I haven't seen her not one time. And oh my God, I'm about to go back home, and I ain't seen the little girl. So I'm gonna be watching her video over and over again until I come back. And I swear, when I come back here, I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I'm gonna say, F you with a little girl at. F you with a little girl at. But anyway, look here. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Jaguar Wright was at the Diddy trial. Uncle Mike is gonna go up to the Diddy trial. Tisha Tells, a whole lot of YouTubers and everybody who's covering the stories that live close in the area is going to the trial. I cannot believe that Diddy got somebody out there with all these t-shirts saying free Diddy and paying people. This dude is paying people to wear the t-shirt, $20 an hour. That is a badass t-shirt. I gotta tell you, cuz I swear to God, I should put You know what? This how crazy Uncle Mike is. I swear to God, if somebody up there giving out t-shirts, they wear the t-shirt for $20 an hour, I'm gonna put that sucker on. I'm gonna put it on. Watch this. I'll put it on. I swear to God, I'm gonna put it on. And I swear to God, they gonna ask for it back. They gonna ask for that t-shirt back. Believe that. They gonna be like, man, you ain't going outside. Give us the t-shirt back. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Hey, we at the real life. Hit that subscribe button.
I'm not
hit that bell.
surprised at anything that Cassie is saying right now. What I do find interesting is that everyone is acting so surprised. What will I say about what he said? I think he's telling the absolute truth.
Real life. It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Yeah.
Real life street stars, we are back with one of the most exclusive
Let's go.
type interviews with Jaguar Wright, to where this right here might be the chickens come home to roost interview, because we started a journey about 5 years ago, right before COVID, and you coming in to speak on the truths of the industry, things that at the time the real life street stars didn't quite have that access to, the type of stories you were giving us. Maybe we weren't even ready for it, but you were speaking on truths that go on behind the scenes that, kind of blew a lot of our fans' minds, but it also intrigued a lot of people to know what more truth is out there. And as we started that journey 5 years ago, and even once, this lawsuit came about regarding Sean Combs, you were already speaking on things, telling Cassie that she needs to run and things of that nature before the world knew what you were talking about. So obviously you had some knowledge of things going on that the world should be looking at. And here we are, the trial has started. We have you on, and first and foremost, we have to say thank you for taking time out to come on. So we have to always do like we always do, is first ask, how are your spirits? How are you feeling? How are things?
So it's a weird space for me. I've been on this journey for 5 years. And sometimes I wonder. And then I stop, but then God will send me a message. And one of my drivers this week recognized me right away. He didn't know who he was going to be driving. They didn't tell him. And when he saw me, and it was wild because I was wearing the first cruelty-free t-shirt that is up here. And said, I knew it was you from the blue couch. And he was just talking to me about his own personal journey. And he said to me that it was me that motivated him in his taking a stand for the truth, to reunite with his children. His children have been taken from him. And he said, if it wasn't for you, he said, I saw you every time I watched you on the blue couch. I knew I had to keep going, just like you. And we took a picture as he dropped me off, because it was his child's birthday, and she's a Taurus. He said, I tell my kids about you all the time. They always see you. He said, I can't believe God put you in my life. It's humbling. That's how I feel.
And that's how I feel. The same way I feel. God put you right in front of me, because I listen. I listen to Jaguar. I listen. Somebody said that you under Jaguar spell. Well, hell, if I'm under the spell, baby, that's where I want to be.
Humbled.
Definitely.
Because the truth is, there are millions of people who have watched our interviews who have found strength, encouragement, and a value in truth. We did that here. So, yeah, I guess the best way to describe me right now is I'm humble. That God would trust me with this. And I'm surprised that I did the right thing. Despite all odds. So here we are.
Here we are. Jag, you currently, and again, if people are watching this trial closely, you are actually boots on the ground there in, ground zero. You're at that courthouse. You went there day one. Let's start off just by speaking on, let's just start off by speaking on you going back to the East Coast, because I don't think you've even been back to New York in a while. You've kind of been more on the West Coast, mountain area, and to go back to the Mecca of where a lot of stuff happened for you. How was that, first and foremost?
Awesome and weird. Awesome and weird. When we pulled up in front of Daddy's house to film, I remember when that started, walking down Hudson, passing by the corner right there at the Holland Tunnel, where I used to drive up from Philly every week. Black Lily Roots crew, Rich Nichols, pulling up to that corner and heading out there, and getting into that club, and me building my name, showing up the first couple of weeks and only 15, 20 people show up, and a month later there's a line down the street. 3 months later, it was a line around the corner. And it's funny because sometimes I would pull up, we would jump out, and I would have my hoodie on, always hiding in plain sight. And I walk up like, yo, what's this line for? What y'all? Man, we trying to get in the Lily, man. You trying to get into the Lily? Yeah, we going to Black Lily. Oh, for real? Who playing? Who y'all? Man, we here to see the Jaguar. Just memories like that. Being out Flatbush, out 125th and St. Nick, like I remember being a girl in those streets, and now here I am, a woman coming back to correct everything that was wrong when it's my turn. It's like walking in your own living time capsule.
Amen.
Going up to the rooftops, looking over at it. It's been a mind screw a bit. It's been good.
Wow, yeah.
Definitely. Can you speak on what made you want to go to be there present for day one of this trial?
Man, we know why she wanted to be there. Let me tell y'all something about Uncle Mike, man. I'm a certified sound technician. Please take that for what I just said, because I don't have time to break the whole thing down to you. I'm a sound technician. That means those big mixing boards, I know how to turn them fucking buttons to make the shit sound completely correct. That's what I used to do. I was so good at it that I was working with sound companies, and at a young age, I look young for my age. Imagine me being 28, 27, something like that. And I work for a sound company, and you got these old heads that they the roadies, they moving the equipment. I look like I fit in with them because they don't know no better. But I'm the head honcho. At the Budweiser Superfest, at the Gay Pride Show. Hear me out. I'm the one who have to put this wire, head bone connected to the neck bone connected to the shoulder bone connected to the backbone, and the backbone connected to the knee bone. I'm the one that hooked all this equipment up. The head honcho. But I'm joking. And I'm like, yo, man, who's supposed to show us where this stuff goes? I don't know, but they better hurry up and get here. Like Undercover Boss. I have did that TV show. I have did what Jaguar just mentioned. I remember, man, teasing the people because the people always said that I looked too young to be doing what I was doing on the sound technician and on the Gay Pride show. That was a big ass show, man. The Budweiser Superfest, the Faith Evans shows, Mickey Howard. Y'all look these people up as I say these names. Look the shit up. Teddy Pendergrass. These are all the people Uncle Mike that work with. Stacy Lattisaw, Tanya Blunt. Shout out to everybody that I have worked with. And I ain't lying. Fuck it. You think I'm lying? That's your problem. That ain't my problem. I'm telling you my life story. I've been where she was at. So if you want to sit here and think that I'm under Jaguar Wright's spell, Uncle Mike got too much talent to back up. We gonna bounce back, y'all. We gonna bounce back from this. Jaguar, I'm coming. I just gotta get out of this Philippines right now. And I'm going up to New York. I hope to see you there. I think I'm gonna see Tisha Tell there. And I don't know if, anyway, long story short, I'm down with what she's saying.
Everything that was wrong when it was my turn.
When it was your turn. Here we go.
It's like walking in your own living time capsule.
Facts.
Going up to the rooftops, looking over everything. It's been a mind screw a bit. It's been good.
Definitely. Can you speak on what made you want to go to be there present for day one of this trial? What kind of inspired you to go there and be there for this?
I needed to be there.
Amen.
I was the only person there speaking for the victims except for the prosecution.
Amen.
I was the only one there to stand in solidarity other than the prosecution. Looking around at all the YouTubers interloping, begging, waiting in line to get into the courtroom so that they could gossip, or should I say, misinform the public of what's real. Thank God for court transcripts, because I can honestly say that there would be 80 million remixes if it wasn't for that. I had to be there. And not just that, I was there as a reporter myself, as a journalist myself. I needed to be there to document that first day. It's one of the most important parts of my journey for cruelty-free.
Facts.
But I wanted to be there and make prayer before everybody got me. And just reach out to the prosecutor as they came up and let them know. You have platforms that are backing you. We're praying for your success. And that moment with her was awesome. I prayed for her. I prayed for her safety. She told me that she does the same for me. And I asked her, the most important question there was to ask, are you ready? She looked me in my face. I called her on a bluff and she said, we're ready.
Wow.
It was all very surreal.
Yeah, it's it's very surreal. I know you stated there are other YouTubers out there. It seems like it's a little chaotic outside the courthouse. How was it being there firsthand with the...
Not as chaotic as people would think, or as people are leading people to believe. When I pulled up, I didn't see no tents. I ain't see no people selling tickets to sit outside in a tent. I ain't see none of that. I was there before everyone got there. I was on those court steps filming at 6 a.m. in the morning. And I was there when everybody got there. I was there before the press corps. It's not what people are saying. Oddly enough, the lead on my security detail also said to me it was a lot easier than he thought it was going to be. He thought it was going to be a lot worse. He only had to, push off about 2-3 people off of me. He had to take one guy, spin him around, interrupting me while I was having to sit down with the BBC.
BBC there? Okay.
After actually that happened right after I declined to give a statement to TMZ twice.
TMZ, see, I'm trying to let y'all know. Hey, that's an inside joke. That's an inside. It's not a joke, but it's for real. Word on the street is TMZ is down with Puffy. Is that a bar? That might be a bar. TMZ is down with Puffy. I think that's a bar. That got to be a bar. Shoot, Uncle Mike should make it a bar. TMZ is down with Puffy. Y'all remember that? You know what? Uncle Mike should start a notepad. Put this in your notepad, cause it's gonna be better. It's gonna be few. It's gonna be few. Later on. It's gonna be few later on. I got this. Don't worry, y'all. I got this.
Funny. After actually that happened right after I declined to give a statement to TMZ twice.
The what?
I thought that was interesting. They was on me. From the second they saw me.
Why not speak to TMZ?
Why would I?
Real deal. Cause see, they don't know. They don't know. Hey, Jack, don't worry about it. They don't know, but you know that I know that you know. That's what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me. Woosah. Put a paper clip on that. What I say I was gonna say? There's so many things in this whole YouTube world. There's so many things in this whole bullshit world that you don't know about. I'm just gonna say it like that. I'm just gonna say
a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit.
Shout out to TMZ. Can we continue? Shout out to TMZ.
Thank you. You're right.
Why would I speak to people who allow lying platforms on YouTube, which copies over to Google, to tell lies about me and Tony Busby and print it as if it were real?
Come on now.
When it came from a duplicitous YouTuber who should be in a mental hospital or in jail. Why would I want to speak to them? When I called them and told them that they needed to retract it, they hung up on me and tried to pretend like they didn't know that they had just called me. If they really wanted to talk to me, why didn't they talk to me then? Or when they decided to run with the story about the lawsuit, the Ashley Parham lawsuit. I find it funny. TMZ tried to pretend like I didn't exist for 4.5 years. And now they know me? Keep that same energy.
Come on, G.
Keep that same energy. I just wish they had set that man over there on a dummy mission to steal an interview while I was interviewing with someone else and to disrupt a credible interview that I was doing with the BBC. So much so to the point, and we'll say allegedly, but I do believe I saw him with someone from the TMZ crew earlier that day when everyone pulled up, when I was there before everyone else. You wouldn't leave me alone. Every time I told TMZ no, he kept coming. So much so to the point where my security guard, 6'7", feet tall, and no joke, had to literally spin him and grab him. It's funny how people do that. Create public nuisance.
Oh, wow.
That's all TMZ is.
Uh-huh.
Public nuisance.
Public. They call TMZ public nuisance. See, in this one video, I just learned something. TMZ is public nuisance. Okay. Got you, Jaguar. Let's keep continuing.
People do that. Create public nuisance. That's all TMZ is. Public nuisance. As far as I'm concerned, they're only interested in publishing lies and protecting Diddy and Jay-Z. That's how it looks to me at this point. And I have no need to talk to them.
Hey, hold up. Jaguar Wright, woosah. Jaguar Wright, woosah. Jaguar Wright, woosah. Let's continue. Uncle Mike, no more interruptions. No more interruptions. I don't care what she says. Uncle Mike, no more interruptions. Let's go. Here we go.
Why? So they can try to Tokyo Tony me? I'm good. I don't need no remixes.
There you go.
I came with my own microphone.
Okay, all right. So, Jack, this is about to get
I came with my own microphone.
very interesting because we have 4 days of testimony. I want to kind of just start off with the male escort that came in. Of course, the prosecution has a bunch of witnesses. They expect this case to last 8 weeks. They started off with a male escort who, of course, spoke on the situation that happened. Can I get your take on the male escort's testimony as far as him saying who would call him for these freakouts, how he met Cassie and Diddy, and Diddy being at first he would be covered in bandanas and shades, and then after a while he's they're on Cassie together. Can you speak on that testimony that he gave?
I've already spoken on it. That's the thing. Anything that's about to be said in that courtroom, I've already spoke about at length here. On this couch.
Front door lock unlocked.
Are they saying anything different than I've already said that they be doing?
Yeah, you're right. You're on it.
How many times have I said? This Akata is wild. They wild. And everybody knew about it. I could have sworn to God I said that a million times. Everyone knew. Everyone. So no, I'm not surprised at anything he had to say. I'm not surprised at anything that Cassie is saying right now. What I do find interesting is that everyone is acting so surprised. What will I say about what he said? I think he's telling the absolute truth. Like when the opening statements in the defendant's case start as, well, my client has drug addiction and he suffers from jealous primal rage. I mean, yeah, he did these things, but it really wasn't that bad. Everybody loved him and they wanted to be loved by him in the manner in which he likes loving people. What did I say about R. Kelly? Do y'all remember that? The first time we did the blue couch, after the chair, when it went from the light wall to the couch with a light on it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Love and pedophilia. Love and year. Love and year. Yeah. How is this any different? Is nobody realizing that a lot of the testimony that we're hearing against the diddler right now, very similar to the things that people were saying about R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Why is nobody paying attention to that? Why does no one want to look at what's right there? All of this is disgusting. And I felt bad that his daughters had to run out of there.
Yeah. That's where Uncle Mike. Yeah. That's where Uncle Mike draw the line. And that's where I draw the line at, y'all. His daughters and his kids. I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't supposed to stop it no more. But his daughters and his kids. This is real life. This is real life right here. His daughters and his kids don't deserve this. Especially I said the daughters and the kids. The daughters and the sons. Especially the sons. I feel sorry for the sons because they don't know what they are doing. Did I say that right? They don't know. They was taught this. They think that this is normal life. Does that make sense? The daughters, they hid it from the daughters, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Uncle Mike telling y'all. If I had daughters, I would hide this from my daughters. If I had sons, yo son, going over there get them draws. Going over there and get, talk to that girl, man. See, oh man, you messed up, man. You supposed to be in the draws by now. It's week 3. Stuff like that. This is what I will be saying to my sons. I don't have no kids, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I have talked stuff like this to my nephew, to the boys or whatever, to the girls who you protect. You protect the girls. They go into the courtroom. If Diddy was smart to protect them kids, he would have told all 3 of the daughters, don't even come. Don't even show up. Because they're going to say some things about your dad that you ain't gonna never like, cause he know he did it. He know he was in them in them hotels having sex with them girls. My bad, y'all. My bad. That's my bad. Damn it.
And I'm praying.
I'm supposed to be quiet. Uncle Mike gonna be quiet, y'all. Here we go.
Disgusting. And I felt bad that his daughters had to run out of there. And I'm praying for Jesse and Delilah every day. Because they had to go and sit there and listen to their dad who talked about honesty.
The prosecution did say that, no, you're going to hear some testimony that, of course, is supposed to be criminal activity. But the defense is saying, no, you're going to hear testimony that Diddy he's freaky and there are some domestic violence. He has admitted to that, but there's no criminal activity. Did they overshoot, you feel, for again, I know we're still working it, but do you feel they overshot for the accusations of racketeering when this should have been probably a state case regarding domestic violence?
No. When you have employees that are being fingered for setting things up, keeping tabs on witnesses, keeping tabs on people. Like Christina Coram was keeping tabs on Cassie, which she just testified to the other day. Kind of like how the baby Love with her mother.
Yes, I forget her name, but the new.
She was spying on Kim Porter for Diddy. These aren't relationships. To sit there and say that this is a relationship while he was consistently betting men and women the entire time he was with her, that's not a relationship. It's a jump off with benefits at best. These aren't relationships. Meanwhile, he's doing all of these things with the girl Gina, Cassie. The only one that ain't tripping about it is Young Miami. And is it time to put Young Miami on a milk carton?
Right.
Put on the milk carton. The hell? Courtney. God dang it. Jaguar. Y'all know back in the day I used to get Courtney and Jaguar mixed up. Jaguar? Shit. Is it time to put? Oh my God.
These are relationships. Meanwhile, he's doing all of these things with the girl Gina, Cassie. The only one that ain't tripping about it is Young Miami. And is it time to put Young Miami on a milk carton?
Right.
She was so vocal about how Diddy could make sure that a woman was down on her knees eating her cat. What kind of relationship is that? These aren't relationships.
Yeah, right.
And when you look at all of the money that is involved, it definitely just ain't for fun. People transporting illegal substances, dyeing food coloring. What part of the game is that? Why is everybody so afraid to look at the fact that what they're really trying to do is stop this RICO from kicking off?
Right.
Because see, that's the one thing we all really need to be talking about. Diddy's handled up on. But if they had done a better investigation in the R. Kelly case, they would have found ties to Diddy. They would have found ties to Mr. Carter. They would have found ties to Harvey Weinstein. They would have found ties to Jeffrey Epstein. They could have handled all of this years ago.
They would have found ties to the horse tranquilizer. I'm just gonna call it horse tranquilizer because I don't know. I don't have a degree in drugs. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Horse tranquilizer. If you got a drug that's supposed to take down a horse and you giving it to human beings, you got yourself a problem right there. That's all I'm trying to say. Y'all know. Hold up. Side note. Y'all know that they found drugs, for lack of a better word. They found drugs, no balloons, my bad. In his possession or whatever that you don't supposed to have. Only hospitals or people with real, you don't supposed to have these drugs in your house. There's certain drugs that, imagine trying to take down an elephant. Imagine trying to take down a horse. I don't know what else to say. You don't supposed to have these drugs in your house, cuz. That's all I gotta say. You don't supposed to have these drugs in your house. But Diddy had them. How did you get them? Is my question. I'll call you back. Let's go.
But see, they chose the acceptable monster so that everyone else could keep playing. While everyone is sitting here looking at the trial, listening to all of these terrible things that I've been telling people have been happening for years. Why are we not looking at the people that are trying to get away? See, everybody's trying to stop this RICO from happening. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is the remix that's gonna be a hit. RICO Suave for everybody, baby. That's why I'm there. Because I want to make sure don't nobody miss nothing.
Jack, who do you think is all going to be in the RICO?
Who do I think's going to be in it?
Yeah.
How about we say it like this? Since people like putting me in lawsuits fraudulently and everyone wants to sue me, let's be a little careful with that.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell you who I think should be in it. Sean Carter, Periwinkle Jackson. I'm about sick of him.
My bad, number 2. I didn't catch number 2. Let's start all over. Let's start all over. Here we go.
Sean Carter, Periwinkle Jackson. I'm about sick of him. Did you see that crap that he put up last night?
What did he put up?
Finger in the Jigga Man. for helping Diddy boom Kid Cudi's car. That's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, damn.
Funny thing is he's always saying little slick stuff. And don't nobody ever figure he needs to be subpoenaed for any of it. If we go back and we think about things that he said before Cassie filed the lawsuit, right before Cassie filed the lawsuit, he was talking about how Diddy used to send videos of Cassie getting partied on, getting freaked off on. And he said he called me and he said, hey, have you seen this? I thought this was your girl. I thought you loved it. Oh yeah, she loves it. She loves it. Whoopty whoopty woo. Y'all.
Oh, I think she talking about 50 Cent. I think because this happened with the 50 Cent thing. See, it's too much codes, man. All this code stuff, man.
He said he called me and he said, hey, have you seen this? I thought this was your girl. I thought you loved it. Oh yeah, she loves it. She loves it. Whoopty whoopty woo. Yada yada yada. That was evidence of a freak off that he had footage of. Why was that not subpoenaed? And if he knows so much, why isn't he a material witness?
Wow.
I don't get it. Everybody's so interested in hauling me off the court to force me on the stand to do this or to do that. But this man is sitting over here, he's been dry snitching for almost 2 years straight. And he's
That's 50 Cent. She talking about 50, y'all. That's what I'm thinking.
not a witness. Why not? If you have knowledge that the Jigga Man helped the diddler boom Kid Cudi's car because he didn't want his property messed with, which was Cassie, why ain't nobody asking him to come testify about it? Why is he not being called in? Like all of this, ooh, I'm gonna sit on Instagram and I'm gonna just shoot a shot and I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna sit back and watch. And yeah, please. This is serious. People have been hurt. People have been destroyed. Now you just want to be the lineup king, Curtis, huh? How about we line you up everything you did with Soulja Boy? Who is that? Being used as a dog whistle against DDG.
Talking about 50 Cent. Soulja Boy, 50 Cent.
All of this is getting real suspicious.
Go on, Jag.
Real suspicious.
Come on.
Tory Lane's getting poked up.
It's the juice right here.
And now, all of a sudden, I'm sorry, did I have some things to say about the Tory?
Yeah, we're gonna circle back to Tory.
Oh.
But I do want to ask you, you know, for Cassie to take the stand, and mind you, there's no cameras in court. For Cassie going up there pregnant, almost due, for the optics of that, how do you feel? Just, you know, you personally, the optics of hearing about freak-offs, hearing about these things that happened, you know, years ago, and seeing her there because her husband is there too, and I believe he stormed off as well because she has children and now she's pregnant. The optic of seeing her up there, you know,
Being treated like a sex worker.
Yeah.
Being disrespected.
Yeah.
All of the things, you know. God bless Alex Fine. God bless Mr.
My man in his yeah. He said, yeah. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. His yeah is the smoothest, coolest yeah in the world.
She has children and now she's pregnant. The optic of seeing her up there, you know,
Being treated like a sex worker.
Yeah.
Being disrespected.
Yeah.
All of the things, you know. God bless Alex Fine. God bless Mr. Fine. Nobody has really thought about what this must be like for him. You know, the second that him and Cassie pulled up in New York, they already had YouTubers, like ex-bad boy cheerleaders, who were still bragging about being loyal to the Diddy, calling her a whore, telling people not to care about her baby. He said Mary Magdalene was a whore, and he compared her like, and y'all better not be affected by that baby bump. Whores have babies too. Who says that?
Wow.
Talking about he knows where her family is from because he's from New London, Connecticut. And everyone wants to keep barreling down on Ryan Leslie. It's funny. I talked about the whole Ryan Leslie connection. Ryan loved Cassie, bragged about her. Cassie just testified. She has tattoos on her body from Ryan Leslie. But nobody ever talks about how that relationship ended and how her relationship with Diddy began. You know, Ryan was blowing up. And after him and Cassie separated, gone. I wonder why. If Diddy has ran around and threatened every other man that was interested in Cassie while he was busy abusing her, neglecting her, confusing her. Why wouldn't we think that he put the moves on Ryan Leslie? I thought it was interesting when he did Drink Champs, because he just recently, not that long ago, did a Drink Champ interview with Nori and them over on the Peer Pressure podcast.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was shocked to see that. I didn't understand the relevance. I didn't understand why he would do anything for a network that was affiliated with Diddy. I didn't get it. Didn't make any sense to me. Not at all. But what I do know is this. Diddy has a history of bullying women into relationships with him and bullying men away from the women that he desires to possess. And I can speak about that very clearly, because that's exactly what he did with Kim Porter and I'll Be Sure. We've heard what was said. They were married. Quincy was on the way. He wrote Forever My Lady in honor of Kim and Quincy. They were happy. Diddy came into the studio and said, man, I wish I could get a beautiful girl like that. This is while he was still with Misa. And Justin was already born. And Diddy said, but you have a beautiful woman and a beautiful family. Apparently, Diddy wanted his. And you see how that turned out.
Did you get a chance to watch I'll Be Sure's Good Morning America? I think it was Good Morning America, where he did an interview.
I watched some of it. I couldn't watch. I'm trying my hardest not to watch anything other than what I'm focusing on. But I saw
Facts.
that.
Facts. That's facts.
I'm happy that he's getting a chance to speak. I'm happy.
Definitely.
And I'm happy that he's there so that he can give accurate accounts from Kim. Because the truth is, if Kim Porter was still alive, she would be the star witness right now.
Facts.
It's triggering.
It seems like, speaking of Cassie, it seems like Diddy does have a hold over her, that she can't really speak on it the way, like, I guess being in a room with him, because she hasn't been in a room with him for almost a decade now. And to be there, it seemed like it's hard for her to really say what happened. That effect, they call it Stockholm syndrome. They call it a couple of different things, to where she might feel like maybe this is how love is. Can you speak to that with young girls in the industry that comes into, men of power?
She was 19 when the introduction happened. He was fully entrenched in her life by her 21st birthday. She was plied with jobs, trips, fun. She was modeling. She wanted to be an artist. She got into acting. Let's be clear. All young women coming into the business are groomed to be susceptible to favor from the boss. Nobody tells you how it's gonna go. Nobody tells you what their real aim is. All you know is that you made it, right? And then you see what the cost of making it is every day after that. There is no way in the world Cassie could have been prepared for what was coming at her. And guess what? If everyone else around her was going along with it, why wouldn't it be fair to assume that she figured, well, this is just what I have to do? You know?
Yeah, she made a statement saying that they asked her, why did you not participate in the freak-offs? And she made a statement saying that if it wasn't going to be me that day, he'll just find someone else. Therefore, yeah, can you speak on that mentality? Like, if it's not me, it's going to be someone. So I guess I'm the chosen one for this.
It sounds like somebody who had already just accepted that this is what it was going to be, and better me than somebody else. I get that.
Wow.
Most people don't. They don't want to get it. Do you want to know one of the things that I discovered while talking with people in the streets of New York? Because the truth is, the vibe around the courthouse, you walk 2 blocks, it's completely different. The rest of New York, they don't even care. Matter of fact, they can't wait for it to be over.
Wow.
And it showed me how hard New York has become. Because the truth is, every time one of the bad guys is on the hook.
New York.
In New York,
Bullshit. I accidentally made him play. My bad. Bullshit. But he played at the right time. Because he said how hard New York is. Nah, how hard the world is. Because what's going on happens all over the world. Not just in New York. Not just in the United States. Not just in North America. All over the world.
You walk 2 blocks, it's completely different. The rest of New York, they don't even care. Matter of fact, they can't wait for it to be over.
Wow.
And it showed me how hard New York has become. Because the truth is, every time one of the bad guys is on the hook. In New York, 9 times out of 10, they get off. Like, these people are totally desensitized. I've heard so many people say, man, it's a lot of evidence, but you know they're going to probably just let them off. People really believe that. And guess what? For decades, they've had reason to believe it. The diddler has been diddling and doing all kinds of crazy stuff for decades.
Yeah, they just gave him a key to the city. They gave him a key to the city.
Well, you see the mayor that did that, and you see where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody talking about him either.
Yep.
Should we put him on a milk cart?
Let's go.
They're
Jaguar.
trying to pack everything away really neat. But at the end of the day, anyone who can look at that young woman, and she's still a young woman, even though Cassie's a full-grown woman now, mother of 3, she's still that little hurt girl. That's what people see. Can you imagine what it must be like for her husband right now?
Okay.
Because he rescued her. He rescued her from that animal who hired him to train their bodies. You know, it's wild. I was talking to Diddy's. I was talking to Diddy's massage therapist. She was with him for 18 years. She's worked on a lot of celebrities. Her and I will be having a conversation soon. Because she said listening to my commentary, it gave her a better understanding of all of the pain that she was relieving these bodies from. She didn't understand where it come from. That's how quarantined and tight they had it. They would go and do the damage, and then they would come to her for healing and wellness until she got too close. She worked with Justin Bieber too. You remember when Justin Bieber first started spiraling out, and then he was with Selena Gomez, and he started looking better and being better? He was working with this same therapist. And the second she got too close, they cut her off. She worked with Mariah Carey. Like, there's a lot of pain that's going on, and it's very well hidden. She never knew, because they know how to behave, when to behave. They know who to talk to, who not to talk to. They let this one in, they let that one in. If you get too close and you're too good a person, all of a sudden they send you to somebody else, or they cut off your work. This is a well-guarded, demonic life.
You know, Cassie spoke on one time in LA. Of course, they were at the Intercontinental, and Diddy heard that Suge Knight was somewhere. Left the freak off to mask up, get him in all black, grab the guns, going to look for Suge Knight. When you speak on bullying, you know, you hear stories like that, and you're like, you know, these are stories that people will talk about, but you know, to hear it firsthand and saying this is what's happening, where you'll leave a freak off to go look for your enemy, or it goes back to the Tupac Biggie scenario, which goes back to Keefy D. So they're kind of, I think they're dropping little things that could open up things later.
I'm hoping it for sooner. I'm really hoping for sooner. It's just wild to me. This all feels so surreal, because I'll never forget sitting here with you guys telling you all of these things that you're hearing about and how you testify. And people say, oh, she's making it up. That never happened. She's crazy. I don't know. What is it like for you guys to hear all of this testimony after everything that we've shared together in these past 5 years?
It feels crazy.
It's almost like they shocked. She asking us a question. Should we answer? We supposed to interview her and be quiet and let her talk. She asked us a question. We don't know what to do. Should we answer? It feels crazy. What? Are you serious? That's the answer you give? It's a, you know what? I'm just going to leave that at the end. I'm going to leave it at the end.
It feels crazy.
It feels crazy. But continue.
Another question.
Wow.
Question is, why does everybody still want me to be a liar? Because it seems like, from my contemporary era, I was probably one of the only artists that was brave enough to tell the truth. the abuse, the beatings, the pharmaceutical abuse, the financial abuse, the gaslighting, the surveillance, light and heavy. How did all of this happen without law enforcement knowing? Oh, that's right. They did know. Because there are people that have brought in sworn affidavits. Prosecutors, lawyers, law enforcement, who said that they corrupted cases and put cases on people on behalf of the diddler. But they don't hear me though.
Can we, real quick, Jack, I want to, as you brought up Tory Lanez a little earlier, let's segue real quick into Tory Lanez before we get back to this. For Tory Lanez to get stabbed the day of this trial, and also days before releasing damning information that is going to possibly change the outlook of his case, and for him to, thank God he survived the situation where, again, they already put out the assailant who did it. He was part of the Hispanic community where they were worried about a gang war now, a race war. Give me your take on this, because again, to hear that news the morning of this trial beginning.
It was the Mexicans that done it. Right?
That's what they're saying, yeah. Yeah, they put it.
Well, no, it was a Mexican. It made Ghana.
Yeah.
Cartel?
Okay, there you go.
It's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Sean Carter is trying to do whatever he has to do to tie up every loose end possible because he don't want to go sit with his friend. Interesting. Why is everybody not talking about the elephant, or should I say the camel in the room?
No, not the camel. Tory Lanez's father had said we need to be looking that way. He tried to tell us. We need to be looking that way.
And instead, his lawyer that was supposed to be representing him, who failed beyond belief, ended up with a television series called Reasonable Doubt. Let's just be real. How many times have y'all heard me say, he didn't do that? I made it very clear. I wasn't even fond of him. I was actually still a little pissed off about what he had done to August Alsina. Because that happened right before his situation happened.
Yeah.
And I said if he was going to go to jail for something, he should have gone to jail for what he actually done. But they enjoy putting cases on people for things that they didn't do. It's a humiliation tactic. How many bad cases have been put on me to try to humiliate me, ruin my character? Now, Kelsey's bodyguard, it literally took Tory almost being unlocked on a brick machine to get him to realize this has gone too far. Got press conferences going on now. I told everybody that boy needs to be released from jail before something happens to him. And now I'm sitting here looking at DDG. Everybody that says no to the Jigga Man always seems to end up in some kind of bad situation. I know I said no to him. Who was it? Didn't King Von say no to him too?
Man.
A lot of people that say no to the Jigga Man seem to end up either with a bad case or just no face, no case. But they not friends. Even though Diddy said he was his main strategist. The person that he went to get him out of trouble, his brother. The only other person that can call him Sean.
Should because Jay doesn't speak on none of this. He doesn't even acknowledge that this is happening at all.
Yeah, that's two signs of mental illness. That's great delusion. Just like him and his wife in this Cowboy Carter foolishness. You know, I sang it to her before. I should have sang it to her husband. Stand by your man. That's your man, ain't it? 100 grand. You and the diddler. You should be sitting there with him. Period. Rather than sitting around finding drunk attorneys, alleged drunk attorneys down Biscayne Bay with questionable offices in Little Havana to put me in lawsuits for things that I couldn't have possibly done because I was sitting in jail for the first case you had put on me that you used my first ex-husband to do. Isn't it interesting? The trap that he set for me then is my alibi now. People need to stop with these lawsuits. It's becoming embarrassing for them.
You mentioned DDG, and it's interesting, with the Haley Bailey and, their connection with the Carters for this to fall on DDG, where he's like, it seems that if you're connected with the Carters from Megan Thee Stallion, from Halle Bailey, that...
Oh no, we can go all the way back. We can go back a lot further than that. Why is Chris Brown in jail? Right now.
Oh yeah, come on.
In London.
Correct. I mean, he did hit somebody in the head with a bottle.
Are we sure that actually happened?
Hey.
Did they just say that Chris Brown is in jail? I thought being a celebrity and being a millionaire, all you need is $1 million. $1 million should equal no jail. It should equal no jail, man. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, for me, $500,000 equals no jail. Right now, I don't have none of that type of money, and I still total up to no jail. I'm allergic to jail, so Uncle Mike can't go. But I guess that's why. Here we go, man.
Oh yeah, come on.
In London.
Correct. He did hit somebody in the head with a bottle.
Are we sure that actually happened?
Hey.
Are we sure that he was left with no choice? I'll never forget, not long after that whole foolishness between him and Rihanna, and he went to do Good Morning America, to do a performance, and they gaslit him so bad in that green room, and he freaked out on their asses, and he should have, for what they were trying to do to him. And then they made sure that was publicized. Then they just arrested him in Texas too. Last year, we talked about that, right?
Yeah, that was a fight. That was an altercation on some gang activity, I guess. I don't know.
There's a bunch of gang for a dancing man. A lot of gang. For a man that sings and dances.
Oh man.
Very questionable.
I don't. Let's look at the lineup. Rihanna was signed to Jay-Z. Chris Brown wasn't playing ball the way they wanted him to. The next thing you know, he gets labeled as a woman abuser, and then they put the dogs on him. Oh, you beat up a woman, and oh, you did this. It's funny because they all beat up women too, allegedly. And some I've seen.
That's facts. Yeah, that's facts.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Can't nobody else be women beaters but y'all?
Oof.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you wanted something. Jeez.
You guys remember? She done it to the and Haley is signed to the baby, which means she's signed to the Jigga Man. Her baby daddy didn't nobody know that she was pregnant until right before the end, and then it was all wonderful and it was great, and then all of a sudden he's not treating her right. And whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Are we sure that's real? Because she got a restraining order against him. He said that he was defending himself from her, just like Chris Brown was defending himself from Rihanna in that car. She said she had a chip too. But then again, it was also noted that chip was it was broken before this incident.
Yeah.
So that was just going back, and we just snatching up everything that happened and then throwing it in there. That's what we do. Keke Palmer and Pearls dude.
Yeah.
Also attached to the Jigga Man and the Diddler. And from what I remember, Keke's baby daddy is also a Diddyite as well and been messed over by the Diddler. Allegedly. And then the whole thing blew up with Usher disrespecting that man all over his woman. You see, do you see how they put their little minions out there?
Yeah, I see. Jeez.
Why is it? And then it brings us back to Megan and Tory. Why he always putting these whack ass bitches on men that he can't control? Or men that tell him no. And then the next thing you know, they tell him no, and then everybody's in court. Everybody's a woman beater. Everybody's got restraining orders. Guess what? As long as he's got that restraining order on him, he can't legally carry firearm, which means if anybody run up on him, oops, liquid handcuffs, paper handcuffs.
Come on.
That's what they do.
Now
we is like Tory.
Now, Jack, we got to get your take because everyone probably has some type of freaky nature in their past. I guess I don't know, but when you hear stories about when you hear stories about where Diddy he likes for the man to
what they got going on. Ain't no freak.
to hear the stories of a man ejaculating on Cassie and then him and Cassie, Diddy and Cassie going to another room to rub it on his nipples. When you hear things like that, is it is that like wow? Like, are you wowed by that? Like, wow, I didn't know he got down like that. But
Matrix, and I was very well trained. I've heard all kinds of weird stuff, all kinds, and most of that stuff that I heard, it lines right up with the weird world. But see, those are usually, paid for transactions. That's not a relationship. See? That's not a relationship.
Come on.
You had a concubine. Bought and paid for. She was your personal party favor for over a decade. Number one, people that deal in the body fluid, it just kind of irked me.
Me too.
Because I don't get it.
Me neither.
And what I'm not getting is why in God's name are people still trying to make it seem like he's not gay?
What? Don't say
Well,
that.
actually, he isn't gay. He's a sodomite. There's a difference.
Oh my God.
But clearly, this is a man who loves man-on-man interaction. He like it so much, he wants to just nourish his skin. I bet he puts it in smoothies.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
Extra protein. Well, see what I'm saying is,
that is not protein for the human being. I mean, they say it's protein and they probably scientifically tested it, and it's a lot of protein in the milkshake, okay? Alright, I understand that. But it ain't no protein for me. Damn that. It ain't protein. Trust me.
I bet he puts it in smoothies.
It's a lot more things on this earth that have more proteins than that. That's the only thing I'm trying to say.
Extra protein. Well, see what I'm saying is, these aren't things that a straight man would ever be involved in. Ever. There is no straight man who loves women vagina that would ever be interested in these things.
You got that right. You got that right.
So why are we sitting here scrutinizing the validity of his relationships with women when men that like that kind of stuff, they're not really capable of loving them? So then why was she there?
She said she thought she was in a monogamous relationship. She thought that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure for a minute there until she popped up and Kim was there. Or Gina was there. Or whoever was there. Or Misa was there. Or whoever was there.
Mm.
Just because a guy tells you you're the only one doesn't mean it's true. But you're more likely to believe it the younger you are because you're still stuck in that Disney fantasy.
That's real. That's real.
Facts.
This is a kid. Let's remember, she was 19 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. She came from Connecticut. She didn't come from Hell's Kitchen. She came from Connecticut. And even though Connecticut do got hood and it ain't New York. She was a deer in headlights. And she was constantly being distracted with little carrots and little bottles along the way. Oh, you'll be in a movie. You'll be a big star. And then all the women around her. Oh, girl, you know, this is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do. This is, man, you better be happy that look, you put up with this, I promise you, you're gonna be able to write your own ticket. Whoopty wood.
That's facts. I think a lot of people was probably coaching. A lot of people were probably coaching her, saying, look, all you gotta do is do this, then you in. All you gotta do is do one more thing, then you in. Well, you do that one more thing and plus add this little thing to it, then you in. But then if you add this little thing to it, then you in. Oh, I forgot. My bad. That's my bad. You need to do this one more thing, then you in.
You know, when they seized 1,000 bottles of baby oil, to hear how because I was like, you know, that's a lot of baby oil, but to hear like how much was used during these freak-offs,
you think?
Again, are you surprised about the amount? Like she said, they would go through bottles, large quantities of bottles, 4 or 5.
I was wondering when they was gonna bring out the the slip and slide.
Oh my God.
Might as well.
Oh my God.
Is that what it was? The slip and slide. No friction.
that is a kink. That is a kink.
No, that ain't no kink. That's just straight nasty. You want to make sure that you can slide into anything. And consider what that girl said about the size of his manhood being like a jumbo Tootsie Roll. He'd probably get in somebody's ear or nose if he wanted to. He'd just slide on everything. Where can I fit? With me. Put me in, coach. This is crazy. crazy. All of it crazy.
We have to speak for the other side too, Jag, where, you know, today, of course, the defense started their questioning of Cassie, and they presented text messages where Cassie showed that she was ready for the free call. She wanted them, asking Diddy, when's the next one? I'm ready to please you. I'm ready to do for you.
He was ready to do whatever he wanted to do so that she could have what she was promised. It's the only thing.
She was ready to do whatever she needed to do to keep from getting beat up and abused. That pain. Keep that pain off my body, baby. What I need to do to keep that pain off my body, because you're beating up on me. And I love you, but you're beating me. So what I gotta do to stop the beating? Because I love you. Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm ready to do for you.
He was ready to do whatever he wanted to do so that she could have what she was promised. It's the only thing that proves. Those text messages prove nothing more. You know how many guys I told them whatever they wanted to hear? Lots.
Oh.
That's what I used to do when I was kicking it with an executive or two. People from Comcast. You know, when I was kicking it with an executive or two. People over there at Sony. You tell them whatever they want to hear. Because they write the checks. They approve the budgets. She wanted to be a star. Period. Only thing those text messages prove is that she was willing to tell him whatever he needed to hear. There's also text messages of her saying, why don't you ever really spend any real time with me? I'm not interested in your money. Why don't you want to spend time with me? Good questions for a woman who's asking questions. The question is how long did he keep up the charade that he actually cared about her before she realized he didn't? Everybody plays games. Let's not act like that's not real. When a dirty old man comes at you, do you think that little white girl, the 25 grand a cheap girl, meant half of the stuff that she was saying to Shannon Sharp? Of course not.
Yeah, she seemed like she set him up from the jump. I don't know.
He set himself up. I'm just curious when it's finally going to get talked about that allegedly it was Kevin Hart that set the whole thing up to make sure it happened because he was pissed off that Shay Shay let Cat Williams tell the truth on his show.
I'm sorry, y'all. Uncle Mike, this is my last day in the Philippines, man. We're going to end on that note. God dang. Kevin Hart set up the whole thing because Shay Shay let Cat Williams tell the truth on his show. Wow. Every time I think Jaguar is stretching the truth a little too far, she end up being right. So there's been a lot of different dirt coming out on this Kevin Hart. Especially after come on, Kevin. You said in an interview, you try to keep it real with your band. You ain't gonna put on no dress. I ain't gonna put on no dress. But hey, I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of billionaire status they offered you. But you put on a dress and he gonna talk. He talking about, this the part that kills me. He said he put the dress on and did the skit because he thought it was funny. Boy, you know funny more than all of us. And all of us know that wasn't funny. I'm just saying. So we ending on the Kevin Hart. You was cool in my book, man, until you put that dress on. It ain't even a dress. I'll wear a dress if I thought it was funny. But right now, you got to be hellified funny for Uncle Mike to put on the dress. I could do a skit right now with me and my twin. I do a double, right? Y'all look at my YouTube channel. I ain't trying to put on no dress. Even back then, I don't think that would make the skit any funnier. Maybe I don't know humor like you do, but one thing I do know is you got some bull with you on that one, because this is the only thing that's giving it away for me, for Uncle Mike. The only thing that's giving it away is the skit wasn't funny, man. It was nowhere near funny. From beginning to end, Saturday Night Live that night was not, just wasn't funny, man. It wasn't funny. So why you put the dress on again? It seemed like you hurry up and signed you know what the dress looked like? The whole skit of the dress? It looked like you hurried up and signed a contract. They threw a quick dress on you real quick. Told you to run out there real quick with this dress on before you change your mind. That's what it looked like to me. I'm just keeping it real, man. Hey, look here. I'm going to get on up out of here. Part 2 coming soon. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.